Ah, we good?
Yeah, we good.
Is porn considered cheating? Anybody in the studio?
No. Yes.
That's what we're going to talk about here today. So, welcome back to another episode of Unscripted Conversations with your boy. Y'all know who I am, Red Specs. I speak on things that people think about but don't want to say out loud. I'm the person that's going to say it out loud for you. Just give me the topics, send them in, and we'll talk about them. Now, today's topic is one that can get people arguing really, really quick. It's a topic that has ended relationships, caused trust issues, and started debates between couples all around the world. And the question is simple: is watching porn considered cheating? So tonight I'm going to be throwing up a poll over here up in the corner, and you guys can answer on that poll, yes or no, tonight. Okay, is watching porn considered cheating? Drop it in that poll there. Also, drop why and why not in the comments section down below. Now, before everybody jumps into the comments, hear me out, right? Hear me out. Some people say the answer to that question is absolutely. It's absolutely cheating, right? Some say. Others say no, not even close. Okay. Some couples are completely okay with it, right? While others see it as a major betrayal. So tonight, I want to hear from you, the viewers. Put it in the comment. I want to hear from you tonight. Not your friends' opinions, not what social media say, what you think about today's episode and questions. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get into segment one. You know how we do segment one. So, what actually is cheating? Because we can't get into the rest of this stuff, you know. So, before we can even answer whether watching porn is cheating, we first have to answer the big question, right? And that big question is, what is cheating? Now, most people immediately think about uh, someone being physically involved with another person, physically. That's the first thing that comes in people's mind when it comes to cheating, that physical aspect. But relationships have changed, right? Today, people talk about emotional cheating. They talk about online cheating, all right? Secret texting, all right? Flirting through social media, you flirting, okay? Even liking certain photos. It could be a guy and the female likes, the guy's photo, his muscles or whatever, or vice versa. Guys watching some girl on her photos, whatever she's wearing, he likes it. Boom, boom, boom. That's another form of people say uh, uh, cheating, right? Liking certain photos, following certain accounts. Yeah, I got to watch that one, especially if you're a couple or you're married or something. Um, you got to watch the accounts that you follow because your significant other might not agree on certain accounts that you pull it up on. So where do we exactly draw the line? Where do we draw the line? Is cheating physical only, or can it be something else? Can it be any of those ones I stated above, or is it just physical for you? Now, if your partner never touches another person, right? Never touches a person, but hides conversations. He hides sheer emotional connections, or spends time investing, investing in someone else, whether it's online, et cetera, right? Would you consider that cheating? And if that's the case, where does pornography fit into the conversation? Think about that. What's up, y'all? I see y'all coming in. Get in the comments, man. It's hot tonight. Pause. So get into the comments. The poll is going to be flashing every now and then up. Is pornography considered cheating? Got the poll up there on top. Segment 2. The argument that porn is cheating, right? So I have heard of many times people say that porn is absolutely cheating. I've heard many times people say that porn is absolutely cheating. And I'm not going to get into any biblical topics. Anybody in the biblical world and people that really want to comment about this biblically, you can put it in the comment as well, because there's a lot of verses and a lot of things that's in the Bible itself that pertains to this. But we're not getting into that tonight, because that's not what we're doing here. But everyone is allowed to get in the chat and throw it in the chat if you like. So, like I was saying, I've heard people say that porn is absolutely cheating, right? Their argument usually sounds something like this. Check it. If you're in a committed relationship, excuse me, why are you seeking sexual satisfaction from somebody else? That's what they say. Now, whether it's through a screen or in person, some people feel that attention should be directed toward your partner and nobody and nothing else. Nothing on the screen, nobody personally, right? They feel rejected. They feel disrespected. And so, and for some people, it's not even the pornography itself, right? The pornography itself, it's the secrecy. You know, that's what it is, the secrecy behind what you're doing, right? And like I said before, it's finding hidden accounts, right? Your partner may find deleted browser histories, private or secret words that you put in your passwords and stuff like that, right? Late night viewing that was never discussed with you guys, each other. You're on your phone, scrolling through the phone, those late night discussions. So some people say once secrecy enters, right, the picture, trust starts disappearing. And if you believe that, put facts down in the comment section. Facts. If secrecy enters the picture, trust starts disappearing. And once trust starts disappearing, obviously the relationships begin to suffer. Right? And I know some viewers right now are saying, Red Specs, if my partner is hiding it, it's a problem. And it will be a problem, Red Specs. While others are saying, yeah, it's none of my business what he or she is watching on their phone. That's none of my business. If you go looking for something, you're going to find it. You heard that before, right? Facts. See how divided this conversation already is? Okay. See how divided this conversation already is. Some people say this, others say that. Let's get into segment 3. The argument that porn is not cheating. Not cheating. Now, let's hear it from the other side, right? Many people believe pornography isn't cheating at all. Their argument is this, and it's simple. No relationship exists, right? With that, what you're watching. There's no relationship that's existing. There is no communication that's existing. No interactions that's existing. Nobody's meeting up. Nobody's exchanging messages. Nobody's exchanging numbers. Nobody's developing feelings. To them, it's all entertainment. It's all entertainment. Some even compare it to watching a movie scene, right? Or reading a fantasy novel or a sexual novel, right? They argue that attractions doesn't magically disappear when you enter a relationship, right? Attractions to other people, female or male, doesn't magically disappear when you enter a relationship. This is their side. People still notice attractive people. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you biblical. I don't care who you are. If you see somebody in the street that looks attractive, you say, oh, very attractive person. She's very pretty. Also, people still fantasizes. You know, they still have their fantasies. That, I'm a little against that. You know, if you're married or if you're with somebody, you're having fantasies about somebody. That's my opinion. We get into the people who says that it's okay. Okay, let's get back to them. These people still have private thoughts, you know, that's what they, think, and people still have private thoughts and fantasies and stuff like that. And according to this viewpoint, none of that equals cheating to them. They don't consider it cheating. So now we have, right? So now we have two different, completely different definitions of the same behavior. One group see it as betrayal. Another group see it as harmless viewing. So who's right? Maybe both, or maybe neither. Put it down in the comment. Let me know. Segment 4. Does relationships set the rules? Here's where things get a little interesting, right? Because maybe the issue isn't pornography. Maybe the issue is boundaries, right? Maybe it's boundaries. Because every relationship has rules, some spoken, some unspoken, right? Some couples don't care about pornography at all. Others consider it unacceptable. Some couples openly discuss it. They talk to each other about it. Maybe they watch it together themselves. While others never even bring it up until the argument happens. So let me ask you this. If two people agree on watching pornography, is that okay? Or is it not okay? Or let me put it like this. If two people agrees to watching pornography, right? One says it's okay and the other does it anyway, right? One person says, no, don't watch it. And one person does it anyway. Is that cheating? If two people agree, is that acceptable? Is that still cheating if the two people agree? Or does the answer depends entirely on what the couples agree to? And I think that's a question worth discussing. So let's get into it. Segment 5. Is the real issue trust? Is the real issue trust? Because sometimes I wonder if this conversation is actually about trust more than pornography. Okay, this conversation tonight. Think about it. Because many relationships survive disagreements, right? Many relationships makes mistakes. But trust is different, right? Once trust is damaged, everything starts feeling suspect, right? People start questioning everything, and everything you do. People start wondering what else is being hidden, what else you hiding. So once again, maybe the biggest issue isn't what somebody watches. Maybe it's whether both people feel respected. Maybe it's whether communication is open. Maybe it's whether expectations were clear from the beginning. Because I believe what one person sees as, let me say, see as harmless, another person may see as deeply hurtful. Okay, one person see it, it's all right, it's harmless, but the other person don't see it like that, man. It's real hurtful for the other person, you know, and that's what they see. Drop it in the comment. Drop it in the comments, man. What you think about this episode here tonight? Food for thought. And as you know, I'm only on here for maybe 20, 30 minutes. You know how I do every Wednesday, man. So drop it in a comment, hit that poll, and give us the answer. Tally up the poll later on. And for my final thoughts here tonight. So tonight's question remains, right? Is watching porn considered cheating? That's what we're talking about here tonight. And me, personally, I don't think there's one answer that fits every relationship. And like I said, some of you will say yes, and some of you will say no. And some of you will say, it depends. So you don't really have a no, you really don't have a yes. It depends on the situation. Did they agree on certain things? Were they open from the beginning? But what I do know is this. Every healthy relationships need honesty. Every relationship need honesty. Okay? Every healthy relationship needs communication as well. And every healthy relationship needs a clear boundary. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like I said before, is watching porn cheating? Why or why not? And if you're in a relationship, have you or your partner ever had this conversation? Drop that in the comments too. I want to thank you guys for joining me here tonight on Unscripted Conversations tonight. Make sure you stay tuned. Coming soon, Food for Thought season 6 is coming. We're getting amazing guests. We're getting a lot of new stuff that's going on location stuff. So I just want you guys to tune in for that. Also, if y'all want to join me in the El Barrio Day Parade this weekend, I'll be out there in the Food for Thought truck. You'll hear me a block away with my air horn on my truck, so you're gonna know that's me. Come down, join. You might get a gift or something. Just come out and enjoy the festivities of the El Barrio Day Parade. Okay, check it out, your local listings, the time and everything, and get out there, and I'll see you then. Once again, Unscripted Conversations. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, keep thinking, keep talking, and keep the conversation going. Thank you.